hey, which is the best programming language should I learn? Or hey, I am just a beginner, I am starting out. Tell me which programming language should I learn first? This is the most common question which people used to ask me when I am in college, right? So I will try to answer all the possible answers of this question in this video. So please watch this. Before starting this video, let me ask you, why do you want to learn any programming language? Like, if you are a beginner or you are in the first year, then I will suggest go and learn whatever prescribed on your syllabus. Like when I was in first year, there was C programming language, right? So I learned C as my first programming language. Why you should learn C as a first programming language? Let me give you a couple of reasons. The first one is C is very old, right? So C has very good documentation, right? You will going to find whatever errors come, you will Google it and you will get all the answers of your problem, right? Second thing is C is going to make basic foundation of your programming language learning. Like in C you will learn data types, you will learn if else condition and many more things which you will face in the future when you are just building any product or doing anything related to computer science work, right? So C is a basic, very essential and important for beginners. What if after learning C? I have a couple of answers for this. So after learning C, you can learn any object-oriented programming language. I have 3 best picks for you. If you are just starting out, you can learn Java. Java is fully fledged programming language, and after Java, if you are not satisfied with Java, you can learn C++ as well, because most of the students want to become a competitive programmer, right? So C++ has a standard ready support for competitive programming. You can learn C as well. And third option is Python. Python is most popular programming language across the globe. You can try Python as well. So these were the 3 picks after learning C programming language. Now you have learned C programming language and also you have learned object oriented programming language, any of these that I have told you. What to do next? Then you have only 2 options. Either you can prepare for DSA or you can go into development side, right? You have 2 popular option, that is web development, or either you can go into app development. Game development is a bit tricky for a beginner because it had a lot to do with the logic. So before learning game development, you need to learn DSA, basic level of DSA. So let's talk about DSA first. If you want to become a competitive programmer in the future, then you will have to have a pretty good grasp on DSA topics, like all the data types or the data structures, like stacks, tree, linked list, array list, all these things. You need to learn data structure. And second thing is all the algorithms which are most commonly used, knapsack algorithm, binary search, sorting. And after learning algorithm, you also need to learn time complexity and space complexity. How much time a particular algorithm will going to take, whether it is feasible or not, how much space required to run this algorithm, right? So these are the some things which you will learn in DSA course, right? So if you want to become a competitive programmer, then I will highly recommend you can learn C++, because C++ has a support of STL, a standard template library, which will make you quicker and faster when you are solving competitive programming question, right? So this was my verdict on competitive programming and DSA. What if you have chosen development side? I told you the most popular option is you can either be a web developer or you can be a Android app developer, right? So both of these are very similar in terms of what you need to learn. So if you want to become a web developer, then I will suggest as a beginner you need to learn JavaScript, because JavaScript is a program which you will use in front end and back end as well. You will not going to use pure Java in front end and both in the back end, but JavaScript is a core of front end and back end as well. Either you can choose Django, because Django is a popular libraries of. Let's talk about front end. What are the things that you will have to learn at least to make the front end of any or the structure of any website, that is HTML and CSS. These are not fully fledged programming language. These are just the technology. These are the things that you need to keep in the mind before starting web development. What if you have not chosen web development? Let's talk about Android app development. or app development simply. So there are lots of technology to build an application. There are two popular option or two popular platform, that is Android and iOS. I know most of the student don't have MacBooks, so they are unable to build test iOS apps. So if you want to make an Android application, then you have two popular option again, that is Java or Kotlin in the programming language, and another you can make cross-platform app using Flutter, React Native or Ionic. You can Google it, or you can watch the video how these things works, or what is the difference between all these technology. So this was what I think that you should learn as a first programming language. There is no need to learn many language. This is not a show off thing. This is completely waste of time. If you learn 5 language, that doesn't mean that you will going to get high salary, unless and until you need or required that language. Like sometimes I used to develop Android apps, and sometimes I used to make a web application. So I learned 2 or 3 or 5 programming language, because that things was required for me to build Android application and web application as well. So if you just want to learn programming language, then learn 1 or 2 programming language and grasp concepts of that language. If you're just starting out, don't spend much time or don't waste time on learning many programming language, because at the end no one cares how many programming language do you know. Everybody will ask you to build a product or make a result out of it. Right? So learn simply 1 or 2 if you don't need them. So this is what I think about which programming language should you learn first. You can learn whatever you want. There is, if you have time, then you can learn whatever you want. So I think this was the basic answer of all the questions which I get each and every day. Start with C and go and learn. After learning C, you can learn object oriented programming language. I told you the most common was C++, Java and Python. You can choose one of them. After learning, you have 2 popular option that you can do is development, or either you can learn DSA. Right? Choose according to you. What do you want to do? Don't just go and learn, because learning will not going to help you much in the future. Making product is going to help you. Upscaling yourself in a particular field will help you. Don't be a jack of all trade, but master of none. This means become good at one thing, but try all the different things. So yeah, this was all about this video. I will see you next time. If you have any question or doubt, if you are agree or not agree, then you can also comment down this video and I will try to reply. Right? So I'm not a big expert on these things, but I am trying to answer the question, because I have a very beautiful platform, that is YouTube, and which is absolutely free. So thanks for watching. I will see you next time.